Hello, everyone. Welcome to the PP Cast, the first annual episode where the episodes are short and sweet and they never fail to satisfy. I am just another Asian, and here, let me introduce you, the host of the show, the host of the most, Beatlocks. Say hello, Beatlocks.
Hi, how's it going?
What's up?
So, earlier today, okay, well, it was only like 30 minutes ago. I had to clean up my backyard, and it wasn't just like a normal cleaning up backyard thing, right? Cuz a couple weeks ago we had a bobcat.
Party.
Uh
A bobcat.
yeah, that was that was two way different things. But yeah, we had a bobcat in our backyard. So we have a neighbor who has chickens, and the bobcat was just so he was eating the chicken in our backyard, right? So he was just like chilling there. We were like looking at it and just like, hey, that's so cool. But we didn't realize it had like a chicken, right? So now like after like when we went outside, it smelled so bad, and it was just, oh yeah, and we had to clean it up after a couple weeks, which is kind of, yeah. But I mean, at least
You had, I mean,
it
so
was
you had a dead chicken corpse in your backyard
not completely, some like feathers and some like,
completely.
not completely, no, not. So no, it
Huh?
like, so the bobcat like took away like, the chicken itself, but yeah. And so yeah, we kind of had to just clean it up and stuff. It wasn't a big deal, but I mean, how was that? Didn't smell bad at all because it was like after weeks of it being dead. So yeah.
So you didn't notice this until a week after it died.
Oh no, I mean we knew about it. It's just we didn't really have time to like go back into the backyard and just like clean it up and stuff. But I mean, we got to clean it up just now, so that's good. Um,
Well, my life is not as interesting as yours.
what's that?
Well, I don't live in a barn. I actually like live in the hills or the mountains actually.
It.
And my yard is pretty much non-existent. Like I do not own a yard at all. In fact, mowing the lawn is one of the worst like things imaginable for me because I not only do I have to because like first of all like all the grass around my house is dead. Like all it is dirt and like weed patches.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really see the weed patches that well. So I can't even mow it that well. There's only
Yeah.
like one patch of land that has like grass, and sometimes covered in deer poop. So I don't even bother trying to mow it down. But the
Yeah.
worst part of mowing everything down is the hill, and it's a very steep hill, right? Like it's so steep, and doing that over and over again is just
Yeah.
it
That
hurts
seems.
my back.
Yeah, that
Like
seems painful. I mean, we don't
it
really
just
have that problem
ruined
here. We don't really have that problem here, especially because it's basically just like flat. But yeah. Yeah. We don't.
well
Wait. So
after that little what
you said we lived on a barn?
you said your neighbor lived on a barn,
No,
and then
we no no
that
no no
barn got
no
infiltrated by a bobcat.
no. What I'm saying is we have a neighbor who just has chickens. It's
This
not.
is like a barn, right? You said you had a neighbor who has a barn that has chickens in it.
It,
Now, I don't know how big the barn is, but
it.
it has chickens.
You know what? You can. Okay. Yeah. You can. Okay. Sure. So yeah.
What do you mean? What? Why are you saying this like I'm the enemy here? You're the one who described it like that to me.
All I said was our. All I said was our neighbor has chickens, not a barn.
Watch,
I never
watch
said.
this recording. No, watch this recording. You'll see what you said. No, you'll
Okay.
hear what you said.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you don't and if you hear what you heard said, then you're gonna edit it out just to make me.
No. No. No.
So
No.
you're completely exposed here. You're completely exposed.
No. 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 I'm not. I don't. I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. But
Alright.
yeah. At least we got to clean it up. um. How did you?
He said.
Why? Why? Why do you? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
too proud of myself.
That was. That wasn't. All right. Whatever.
I'll leave
Whatever.
it up to your imagination.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna have to.
That's also what she said.
Stop. Okay.
Stop giving me such good opportunities. You're making this too easy.
Okay. Yeah.
So, not only do we work hard in the yard, but we also have hard day-to-day jobs at school. For all you youngins out there, people say high school is the best years of your life. And I don't know about you, Beatbox, but
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about mine.
I don't.
How's your high school
Yeah.
life been so far?
Yeah. No. Especially like some teachers, just kind of. Ooh. Yikes. You know.
Yeah.
That.
What was your worst teacher? What was your worst teacher that you ever had?
Ever had? Not in high school. Just like ever.
Yeah. Like, actually, let's go with ever, then we'll like move to high school.
Okay. Okay. We're not gonna name names, but in
We
in
do accidentally name names, and we'll bleep it out.
yeah, don't worry, we'll bleep it out. But I don't think we'll be doing that. I don't think we have to worry about, bleeping out. But in eighth grade, yeah, we had so there's like different like teams or pods, you would say. So I was in one of the worst like teams or pods, and
Mhm.
and they actually had like nicknames for these teachers, which I feel bad, but it was kind of funny. One of them was like cardboard box, and it was for the eighth grade science teacher that I had, and I don't get it. I don't get why it was cardboard box. I and and
Did
then
you ever do like a project with cardboard?
yeah, I mean, I think so, but that I don't know how that ties back to like like her nickname being the cardboard box. But okay, yeah. Um
Wait. Was she hot or was she like flat? Not.
no. Oh gosh. Okay.
Like if she was not hot and like flat, then maybe like Miss Cardboard Box, because she was built like a cardboard box.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
very
sure.
attractive.
Yeah, we can take it down. That's so
Okay. So just imagine a cardboard box as a human. That's what was your great teacher.
Okay, yeah, and probably either my math teacher or social studies teacher was like the worst. And I think my social studies teacher might have gotten fired after like teaching us for 1 year. For 1 year. because before that we used to have like, so in eighth grade, they had like the soccer coach, I would say, and he was really cool. Like I went to soccer and stuff in the mornings, right? He was really nice. He was really cool. But he had to take care of like, um, I think he had a kid or something, so he had to like leave the school for a little bit, and that kind of just messed everything up because me, it, me, my my grade in eighth grade, we had like the worst teacher. But yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, at least eighth graders now don't have to, you know, deal with her. But yeah,
You didn't really explain anything, but I'll take your word for it.
no, look, it just, I don't
Okay,
have to explain
so you
anything.
had a teacher, or you had a teacher that was named Miss Cardboard Box because she was not hot and built like a cardboard box, all right? And like
Yeah.
that, so that was it, right?
Okay, but there's
And
nothing that.
well, like why was she bad? But why was she bad other than, if anything, she had a bad life because the teach or the students would keep calling her a cardboard box.
Oh no, look, I was getting to those after like
All right,
introducing all
okay,
the characters, you
okay,
know. Um
okay.
and
So,
so I'll
so
just
cardboard box, soccer teacher,
no,
and
no.
some other dude.
Okay. Okay, and we had our math teacher. I remember like a fight breaking out in that classroom. And she just kind of watched it happen, and
Was it fun?
it
A good
I mean,
fight?
I feel
Like,
bad
oh,
for.
ooh, world star.
No, no. So, look, it was. I felt bad for the boy because he was like, I don't know what he was doing to piss this girl off, but she like punched him
Oh, he
like.
got beat up by a girl.
eh, I mean, yeah, and it was. I feel bad
Oh
for him
no.
because they were like friends, and she just like kind of burst and just like hit him in the like face, and I feel.
I actually have a theory what happened. But go on, go on.
Okay. Well, and I mean,
Right, go on.
they both had to like leave because you know a fight broke out, and
Were they
I
expelled or
I don't
suspended?
I think I think the girl did because she like started it, but
Oh,
I can't
oh,
be
she
sure.
started it. Okay,
Yeah.
that changes the story. Okay, so I have an idea. I
Okay.
have an idea on what might have happened.
Okay.
So, the boy and the girl, right? The girl liked the guy, right? So,
I
and
think that might have
sometimes
been
what
the
girls do
case.
to
Yeah.
show affection, yeah, sometimes what girls do to show affection is to beat the guy up, but not like in like a fight type of way, but but in like a kind of mean way where you insult the guy. And
What?
women, if you're watching this, if you're for some reason watching this, that is not the way to woo a man. That only works in anime. But anyway, so she's making fun of the guy, right? And the guy is not taking it too well. So he calls her a cardboard box. She does
but
not
that
take kindly to that. So
but the
so
cardboard
she
box was
pushes him.
supposed.
She
Okay.
actually okay. So so he so she pushes him in kind of like an angry manner. So he retaliates by pushing her back. So then she starts and she punches him. Then that is what happened.
Um.
Probably maybe. Seems like a good
Honestly,
storyline.
honestly, I was.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, but I was just taking notes in
Makes sense.
class and just was just chilling. You know, just I was just sitting there, just not really doing anything, and then that
This was
happened.
in Miss Cardboard Box class.
No, it was in
Wait, what class was this in?
this was in math class. Yeah,
Okay, in math, and the
yeah,
teacher
and the
didn't do
teacher,
anything
and
about it.
yeah, and so this is about the teacher not doing anything until the boy started like crying. So I
He
feel,
cried too.
yeah, I feel bad because I mean,
His dignity is
his,
like non-existent anymore. He has
yeah,
no more street cred. His
he,
street cred is gone.
yeah, and he actually still goes to our school. I see him sometimes in the
He's
halls.
in this school, our
Yeah,
school.
he's still going. Um, so I mean, I feel bad because it just kind of, yeah, and I don't know
He
where
walks alone, doesn't he?
he unfortunately does. And I mean, I say hi to him in the halls, but he just kind of like ignores me. Cause we were actually like friends in eighth grade. So I don't know what
Maybe you should have
happened.
beat up the girl for him.
I could what I could not.
See, like when your boy's in danger, right?
Yeah, but
We're
we
called the
weren't
boys
like
for the reason. If, even if you're getting your teeth kicked in by a girl, you grab her by the hair,
like
you like push her out the window, still in her hair, and be like, if you do not stop,
I
I will drop you. And she's like crying and stuff, blah blah blah. The cops get called and all that, but you did it for the boys, you know.
I can't. That would be
Boy right
illegal.
there.
That would actually. I think that would be
Okay,
illegal.
here are many flaws in today's society. Why is the girl allowed to get away with so much with a boy, but not a girl or not a boy allowed to get away with stuff with the girl? That's not okay, man. Like why is she allowed to punch me, but I can't punch back? She punched me first. All right, it doesn't matter if she likes me or not. Okay, I need to punch her first. Not actually, no. I need to retaliate and punch her. Not punch her first, because violence is bad.
Of course it is. Yeah. Um.
Speaking of, but speaking of punching girls in the face, so for some reason I don't know why, but sometimes I get the urge to like full on super power up punch girls square in the face. Now it's not because I dislike them or some of them, but it's because their face looks actually very soft in school. Like I see some girls in the hallway and they look like they have very soft cheeks. So it's like if I
What?
punch them in the face, will it be like a cushion? Will I like be pushing? Will I like be punching a pillow right now? A movable pillow
The
that I can punch,
the
and it's gonna feel like a mini massage for my fist.
what? Uh,
It's like a random urge that I want to do, but I'm never gonna do it because violence is bad, you know. But like it's like a lose-win situation because like, hey, you got punched in the face, and I'm sure it hurt and all that. But first of all, like your cheek should have like the
absorbed it.
kinetic energy should have just kind of like yeah, absorbed it, and you in turn release that kinetic energy back into me to give my hand a massage, you know. So it's like a cheap massage. Like that, like that might be, but that's just like some random thing.
Yeah.
If you ever want to do that, I mean beatbox. Oops, sorry, did not mean to say your real name. Bleep that out.
Don't worry. And so I mean, and going back to what we were saying before, cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of let us like do whatever we want, and it was like really weird because she seemed like the really strict teacher, but she also at the same time just let us do whatever we want, and it was so weird because I mean she looked really mean and strict, you know.
Like, isn't that like cool though? If she
It's
lets you do
cool.
whatever you want,
Okay,
that's
no,
like
but
a chill teacher.
no, but when she gets mad, she gets mad, mad. Like you don't want to see her mad, like ever. But she's always in a bad mood, and it just I mean, yeah, that's yeah. feels bad.
So she's chill.
Well,
10% of the time she's not in a bad mood.
like out of like say like 500 classes, she's like 10 of them or like 20 of them she's in a good mood, and the other she just like, yeah, I don't know if but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. And
So we got math teacher and cardboard box.
then the last one, so I think she was really weird. I don't know, like I honestly don't even know how to like start to like describe her, because she was so like weird and mean, and it feels kind of bad because no one actually liked her because she was just kind of
Maybe
that
she just
teacher.
needed a friend. Maybe she just needed a friend. Never know. Maybe
No,
the teacher was going through a
yeah,
divorce, and then like
no,
the single
his
child.
her husband like sometimes came into the classroom sometimes to like drop off stuff. But okay, that's besides the point. And
Did he look? Wait. Did he look sane though? Like, did he have like bags under his eyes, or like, did he look healthy or something?
he was fine. It's just her. She was I don't know, like she was just so weird. I don't know. Um yeah, and yeah, all she did was like make us take notes, and that was about it. We didn't do anything in class, just take notes all the time. It was just so boring. But yeah,
She and she's on your bad list because she was just
because
mean.
she was just so like mean and weird. I don't know, man.
All right.
She was, yeah,
Those are
she
your
was mean.
teachers.
Yeah. Do you have
Anything
any?
more you'd like to add on? Oh yeah, I do.
All right, let's hear it.
So, in fourth grade, in the fourth grade, currently I was in, or not currently, but back in the fourth grade, I was in Germany. So we went to this school in Germany, right? And before I go on, the school mascot was a military dragon. You know how cool that is? A dragon that has a gun? That's so amazing.
As a
Anyway,
f-
that's besides the point.
as a as an elementary school mascot,
Yes, as an elementary school
I
mascot.
would
It
be
didn't have a
terrified.
alright.
I would be
It didn't
terrified,
have a
but
gun.
also it'd be cool to think that your mascot was like a dragon. Cause all, yeah,
Military dragon. It had military clothes on, a hat, and all like the American flag and stuff. Because we were on base and my family was military at the time. But little did I know is that I'd have one of the worst teachers. Actually, no, the worst teacher that I ever had in my entire life. So this 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 beast, okay, this beast that we called our teacher, she was just so mean, right? And I guess that's a recurring trend for all teachers, but like she'd call students out for failing, even though she like didn't really teach well, I should say. Like I remember nothing from fourth grade at all. Like no math, no language arts or anything like that. Like I remember nothing. And she'd always constantly pick on me for some reason. I don't know why she would pick on me. I'm not sure if it was because I was the only Asian in the class. Maybe that would have been the case, maybe. She, um, but she'd always pick on me. I don't know why she'd do that. And back in the day, right? So I don't know if you had this when you were in like elementary school,
maybe.
but there was this color system, right? Where if you were good, you get like blue, and then if you were like had a strike, you'd be green. Then if you had another strike, yellow, and then if you were bad today, then you have red. Um, and
Maybe.
and that was yeah, and you were supposed to report that to your parents, or they were gonna tell your parents, and and just to say, hey, you were bad today, or like, hey, you were good today.
Yeah.
This teacher would like more times than not always give me either yellows or reds. And like 50% of the time I was green and I didn't do anything. But like I specifically remember the boys were in the boys' bathroom and we were making throw up noises for some reason, like just to see who had the best throw up like sound. And
Okay.
for some reason, she not only she calls me out of the bathroom, like she's pissed, right? She's absolutely distraught that we're making throw up noises, even though we're in the boys' bathroom. She yells me over there, drags me by like the collar of my shirt. Keep in mind, I am a fourth grader. She's
Oh
like a
my.
50-year-old woman. Okay, she grabs me by the collar and then forces me to get out my agenda so she can write down in detail my red. Like, and this was the start of the day. We weren't even 15 minutes in,
Yikes.
and the the color system was especially bad for me because, well, for reasons I won't go into, but like consequences at home were very severe if I got red or even yellow or if I was even just a little off. And I think she knew this too. I don't know, and I think like she wanted the bad stuff to happen to me.
Ooh.
And
That.
like I don't know why. And I try to get on her good side sometimes, but I never did. And and in the assignments we had, right? For some assignments, like if we miss one question, we get a D, right? And then
What?
she
That's
wanted, yeah,
crazy.
I know. I don't I have no idea how I passed the fourth grade, but I did. And but like thankfully I passed fourth grade, but
That's good.
that's thankfully. So and she like complained to us. It's like, why are you guys failing? Okay, I teach, I work hard. How are you failing? If you got one question wrong, you have a D. So imagine if you got two questions wrong. I probably got four questions wrong, not gonna lie. So so it's like, and I wasn't the best reader or like mathematician. Somehow like I'm actually like a lot smarter now. Um Thankfully, so
Asian
I can
descent.
have like, I can have, yeah, Asian descent. But uh but like in fourth grade, like man, it was rough, and I'd have these rivalries with girls, and
Oh man.
like this was like a generational thing. Like kindergarten or preschool, I had beef with this girl, right? First grade, I had beef with this other girl. Fourth grade, I had beef with two girls
Oh.
at the same
St-
time. And
okay.
I don't know. Well, actually, I know their names, but I'm not gonna call them out, even though these were very bad people. And so I'll go into the first person I had beef with, right? And oh, I forgot to mention this, but she'd always give me lunch detention. Like I only got recess like 10% of the time. She'd give me so
Oh,
many
the
lunch
teacher?
yeah, the teacher. Like I can't even remember, or like the only like so many lunch detentions, and it's like I never get anything done because like my work was still incomplete and all that, and I couldn't just like get anything done because she wouldn't help me do anything, and like she wouldn't even teach. Like she'd have the assistant teachers teach anyway, going on a rant.
Wow.
But uh, during so I had this beef with this girl, right? And she'd constantly try and find ways to expose me, even though there was nothing to expose there. And she'd kick at my feet too. She'd kick at my feet, so I kicked her back, and we started
Oh
like
no.
silently, quietly arguing. Like if you're like at like a birthday party with someone and you have like beef with someone and
Oh
you're
yeah.
silently arguing while trying not to let the person with the birthday party notice, so you're arguing in silence. It was
Mhm.
like that, but the teacher caught us and they gave us both lunch detention. At
Wait,
least she
I
got it
I
too.
gotta
So
ask, is this the same teacher?
no, this was in Germany.
No, I mean like the same teacher as like the fourth grade or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. All these stories are from the fourth grade teacher.
Oh, okay. So it's even worse.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And um and and like I don't know, or they still kind of do this here in high school, but you know how you have a test and then you have to switch papers to let the other person
Sometimes, yeah.
grade your. First of all, why would you do that? Okay, you think as soon, my questions are almost always wrong. So for if you my pride is destroyed, let me grade the paper myself. So like that's stupid anyway. But make these long question or not question marks, but you know checks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
And she like make very long check marks too. Every question I got right. And I was getting everyone right somehow. So I don't know. The Asian descended like I was in hibernation the entire time of fourth grade and I passed somehow. So the Asian did all the work for me, um but um but she was so pissed at me because I wasn't recording the ones that she got right. I was only recording the ones that she got wrong. So everyone that she got wrong, I'd X out, and the ones that weren't X out um, would be obviously correct. But she was so upset at me for not check marking the ones that were correct. I'm like, what do you mean? The ones that aren't X are correct. The ones that are X are correct. Somehow, one of the very few times the teacher had my back, she had my back on that situation, and she called her check mark stupid. She said you shouldn't do that. Why are you check marking? So I was like, whew, once you're on my side, woman. My God. I guess partial in uh partial I guess because of my failure in fourth grade. Well, not failure. I passed like a beast anyway. But before that third grade, we in third grade. So my teacher in third grade, he's not a bad teacher. He was actually really chill, but he never like teach us anything, like anything at all. We just like play chess and like watch movies and like play board games. And I barely even remember a time where we actually did math. Like
Wow.
I only know how to do long division. Like I only remember from third grade was how to do long division, and that's it. Like I don't remember multiplying, like only division somehow. And I feel like that's like the only thing he taught us. I remember he taught us something about whales and squids, how like they fight underwater, but like I guess that was also another reason why I was so bad in fourth grade,
Is
or like what I
because
remember.
following up in third grade,
And
you just didn't learn anything. Yeah.
I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
And well, so obviously it was an easy pass.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I passed fourth grade now, and I tell myself if I can pass the fourth grade, I can pass anything. Because to this day, no idea how I passed fourth grade, but I did.
So
Especially with like that teacher, like oh my gosh, that teacher gives me headaches to this day. Like,
yeah, that feels bad, man. Okay,
yeah.
so I think we talked enough about bad teachers, right? For
Okay,
now.
let's
For
get
now.
some positivity in here.
Yeah. Oh, so you have her this year. Biology, right? I had her last year.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hmm.
she's so cool. I don't
I
think
know.
I've ever seen a time where she was like mad. Like maybe she was
Oh,
just like pissed off
I've
with a
seen it.
kid. But in ninth grade, for me at least, I've never actually seen her like mad. You know?
No. You should see her now, actually. So she's still, oh, voice crack.
Oh
But
my.
yeah, but she's still really positive and like honestly one of my favorite teachers that I've ever had in my entire life. But um,
So far.
I actually told you this story. I actually told you this story before, but let me share it to all four viewers.
You're cutting out.
So, online school, and no one's paying attention in class. No one's paying attention in class, and the biology teacher had the misfortune of picking a student that wasn't paying attention, or fortune, I guess you were, whatever way you look at it. And this kid, right? This kid, for 5 minutes, was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. And when she's angry, she has like a very passive aggressive tone to it. Kind of, I want to, I guess I'll compare it to like a snake, right? They're just kind of like, and then they snap at you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like that. And she like, I guess I wouldn't say roasted him really, but like called him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then she called on a student who was I guess normally paid attention in class. She's a girl, by the way. And the student, the girl student, says this answer perfectly displayed, straight A student, all that type of stuff. And then she's like, okay. Now she goes back to the boy, the same boy that didn't answer the question.
Oh no.
And she was like, and the teacher was like, hey, could you repeat what she just said? And then the kid was like, and he was like, I gotta be honest, not paying attention.
Oh no.
That's when like I could see the steam coming out of your like ears, like in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like I could, and it was just like it was like a whole thing, and it was glorious in a way. But I kind of felt bad for the kid, but at the same time, he kind of had it coming. But that's kind of like the passive aggressive teacher way.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got to see this too, or I got to see this again as well. I actually haven't told you this story, but one of the
I don't even
students,
think
right,
I remember the last story, but go ahead.
dang, you don't pay attention to my stories, man?
No, it's just I don't have it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I'm online this day, right? And one of the students who also doesn't pay attention that much in class, calls up the teacher even though she told everyone to be silent and unmuted. But
Oh,
that's besides the point.
okay.
And or actually no, the guy who doesn't pay attention in class, the different guy, he's like, teacher, do you know what time it is? And it's 2:44, and for those of you who don't know, our school ends at like 2:45. So, and the teacher comes back, and she's like, well, why should I pay attention? Or she says something like along the lines of, well, why should I pay attention to the time when you can't even focus on your work properly?
Ooh,
Or
yikes.
when you haven't even even opened your pear deck yet, something like that. And I don't give her roast justice, right? I can't. Her roast was too fire for my brain to comprehend, or let alone even remember. But there was a roast in there, and the entire class went, "Oh!" And the kid who didn't pay attention was like, and I was studying. That was like, yeah. The kid also had that one coming. So yeah, that was like, I guess, two of the passive aggressive moments, but she's really cool teacher.
Yeah.
I guess the way I said it, like, since she's like roasting these kids, don't worry, she's a cool teacher. If you ever go to the school that we go to, she's a chill teacher. So yeah,
Yeah.
biology and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Did
There's actually one story. Oh wait.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah, I'm going ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my proudest school moment or middle school moment, right? So we're backtracking to middle school. So my wanted to share you my proudest 8th grade moment. Or no, 6th grade. 6th grade. This was in 6th grade. So back in the days of 6th grade, there was this rumor that I was dating this girl, right? Even though we weren't dating at the time. Wait, no, we weren't dating at all. We never dated. We were just friends. But during the time, we were we were hanging out a lot. We were hanging out a lot, and everyone thought we were dating for some reason. And me and her kept denying it. We were like, no, we're not dating. We're just friends. And and everyone saw that as like, oh, they're trying to hide it. Oh, they're actually dating. You know all that stuff. So I go to one of my lockers, right? Well, actually, I
Whoa,
only
you
have
have
one.
multiple lockers?
I only have one locker. I go to my locker, right? And and the most popular kid in school in the sixth grade, right? So let me describe him to you.
Oh boy.
Has piercings. He's tall. He's black. His hair is also black, but on the tips of it are dyed brown. He's good at basketball, and he's fast, athletic, and he hangs out with like all the other cool people. But if he hangs out with you or even acknowledges you at all, you are the man, right?
Yep.
He turn and so I go to my locker. He's right next to me, and then he turns to me and he says, "My name." he says my name, and he's like, "Yo, my N word." He didn't actually say N word. He said the actual thing. You're dating this girl, aren't you? I was like, and in those, when he said those words to me, I felt many emotions: happy, shocked, uh, another subcategory of those emotions. But above all of those, above every emotion that I had, the biggest one I felt was fear. Because no one ever called me their N word with such enthusiasm and happiness. And I was like, and I was a stuttering mess. Like, I was like, and this girl that was also one of the popular, I think she was like maybe the most popular girl in school. She was like, nah, they're trying to keep it secret. So I guess, so she kind of saved me in that way. I don't think she even knew what she did for me because if she hadn't been there, I would have just been like standing there, like shaking, like what? But,
Yeah.
but, but like one of my favorite or my favorite school moment was being called someone's N word. The most popular kids in school, N word. That touches my heart still to this day. This like, if I'm ever sad, I'm like, hey, I'm the most popular kid in school's N word. What about you, Beatlocks? You still have like you got a proudest moment in school?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, hmm. I mean, I've always been that like kid who is just like the loser, you know. I've
No,
never
no,
been.
no. You're okay. All right, guys, audience, all four of you. So Beatlocks in school, he's not a loser. All right, he sells himself short, right? Because really, yeah. So in school, or at least high school, at least, if you want to be popular, you need to be good at basketball. Locks is a three-point magician. He's popular among most folks. He's not a loser. He just chooses to hang out with a loser like me. But you're actually
What?
cool, Beatlock.
Come on.
Dude,
I wouldn't
dude,
want. I wouldn't want. Honestly, I'll be honest. I wouldn't want to hang out with um, like popular kids, say, um,
yeah,
cause
popular
though,
kids are kind of like
yeah, and
kind
I've
of druggies.
never, yeah, and I've also like never been a part of like I don't care that I'm never gonna hang out with those people because I don't care. Like honestly, I would just
That's shame.
rather like hang out with like you and like other kids, you know.
Yeah,
Couldn't say their
it means a
names,
lot
but
to me.
of course. So I mean,
But speaking of, oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Wait, no, you let me go ahead first time. I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, probably the most proud moment was when I think it was actually last year in my basketball game where I hit three threes. So yeah, and my parents weren't
Nice.
my parents weren't there, and I was like, I was gonna look up to them in the stands, or yeah, in the bleacher or whatever it's called. Yeah, I was gonna look up to them and just like say, yeah, that one was those were for you, but. No, yeah, it wasn't like that dramatic, but it was cool. Yeah.
Just like a movie on
Yeah.
my way up the ladder. But speaking of what makes you popular in school, so I don't know if the rules still apply in high school, but back in the eighth grade, uh, in middle school for me, was like if there were like three categories throughout middle school that made you popular. So the first one still kind of stands with high school is that you need to be good at basketball, right?
Or just
But
athletics in general, really, sports.
yeah, athletic, right? But the other two were very questionable. So if you wanted to be popular in school, you had to be you had to be black, right? So
Which, okay, yeah.
which is racist. But I didn't make the rules in middle school. That was just the social structure that we had. So I guess you can guess by now that since my name is just another Asian, that I am not black. So I wasn't very popular, but the black people were, or the kids in my school who were black were. And I remember this too. So and it was just like it felt so odd to me. So two new girls came into school, right? One of them was black and the other was white, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were both shy, right? Because like you just come in school, you're shy, you don't have any friends. Second day, the girl who was black just made herself at home. Like every black person was her friend, and like every athletic person was her friend. Like every teacher like just welcomed her in. But the girl who was white was still alone, just sitting there. And it's like, what? Is this really the benefits of high school or middle school of being black? Like you just automatically get to be popular among the other people in the school? Because like the white girl, she had no friends, no friends, but the black girl had all the friends. That was just like a weird random story that proves my point. So if any
Okay.
doubters in the comment section, it's a true story. Don't worry. Uh, and the third criteria to try and be outgoing was if you weren't black, you had to hang out with the black people. But
Mm.
in order to hang out with them, you had to be athletic and you
Yeah.
had to be like pretty cool too. And that was just like the guidelines to being popular. And back in middle school, I was very socially awkward, and I just like could not like speak for anyone. And the cool kids were just like they were not, I guess like I guess my personality type. So I never got popular in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like in a weird, or like I guess, well, I say popular in middle school. How popular can you get? But in a weird way, uh, in a weird way, I was kind of popular because I was weird, and
Yeah.
people liked me because of my weirdness. But like not in a criminal way, okay? I wasn't a criminal. No, and trust me when I say there were some criminal weird people in my middle school. So, so
The sketchy types.
uh, yeah, the sketchy types. And I guess like I was a little outgoing
Mm-hmm.
in my, I guess I, I was I was like an outlier to the popular kids. Like I would never play basketball with them or like talk to them, be in their groups and stuff. But I would um, but if I was like sitting there or just like sitting alone, they'd like invite me in as long as like one of my friends who was part of the popular group invited me in and we played basketball together all two times. So I guess that made me somewhat popular. I was just kind of like an outlier in that sense, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those were like the popular stories. And Well, I guess speaking of the popular criterias, I actually have a story.
All
I have a
right.
story.
Um, but probably after this story, we might have to wrap things up.
All right. Okay. So this final story, this lunch story. So in eighth grade, so still middle school, there was we had like these lunch tables that were like picnic tables. So I don't know for like our viewers that are watching, like the cafeteria tables are like rectangular um and like I guess they're rectangular and they hold a lot of people, right? And while they're not really assigned seats
Hmm.
anymore, but back in middle school they were. But in eighth grade, you weren't assigned to anything. So there were like these small circle tables that were like picnic tables, and they could house like maybe 8 people, a lunch table, and I and my friend didn't come to school today, so I was eating alone, because I'm a loser and all that.
Ah.
And but it did not stop the entertainment that was coming in from the lunchroom. So there were these group of black girls. There were these group of black girls sitting like I guess like three tables next to me because like there were a lot of mini picnic tables, circular mini picnic tables, right? And there was this one white girl who I guess like was carrying the conversation. I don't know if she was the leader of the group. Well, actually, no, she wasn't the leader of the group. She was just kind of like in movies, like you have your like one group who's like this group, but then you have like an outlier in like the movie who's just like every so once in a while just kind of shows up just to help the main group out, then they disappear from the show. It was
Hmm.
kind of like that. So the white girl was that person, and she was with the. I shouldn't say this in analogies. I feel like when I'm saying this in analogies, it sounds very racist.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay,
We're
I
talking
was
a
gonna
lot
say
about.
anyway. So the white girl was talking to the group of black girls, right? And she's like talking to the conversation, and I'm not really listening to it because like I don't really like to eavesdrop on stuff unless like they're like super loud. So it's like I have to hear it. And but then the alpha male, the leader of the group, came in, who was also black, I should say. And she comes in. She's
Male.
like, "Why are you in my?" No, the girl. They were all girls.
Alpha.
They're all
Alpha
girls.
leader. Just
Like
say
the
leader
leader of the group.
then. Yeah. Okay.
The
Okay.
leader of the group. I say alpha because like we have a group ourselves, but there's not really a leader in it. But
Of course not.
sometimes in like if you have groups, if you have like big groups, then there's like usually like a leader of the group who carries the conversation. Or if you have a group chat, like there's one person that always starts it and keeps that group chat alive. That person came to the outlier, right?
Yeah.
Talking, talking to the other group, and she was like, "Why are you in my seat?" And then the outlier was like, I, I'll say girl one and girl two. Okay,
All right.
girl one is the black leader of the group, and girl two is the white outlier of the group. So girl one is like, "Why are you in my seat?" And girl two says like, "It's just a seat. Come on, you can grab another chair and before like make sure none of the teachers see you because I was like, you weren't allowed to do that." But like there's like this whole argument going on, and the other like people in the group are just like witnessing this argument that or I shouldn't say argument, I guess like peaceful confrontation that's going between the
Mhm.
two. And it's like looking at your parents when they're arguing, like when you're really little and you just made a picture for mommy and you look and then you want to show it to them, but your mom and dad are arguing, so you're
Mhm.
just kind of sitting there watching them argue. It was like that for the other girls just watching this. and finally girl two is like, you know what, fine, have it your way, have this seat. And then she walks out and she leaves, very mature of her, actually. I respect her for that. But then girl one is just like stands there, she doesn't even take the seat. and like she I guess talks to her group, I guess. and one of the girls in the group says like, yeah, are you gonna sit down? You made this whole argument for nothing. Are you gonna sit down? And the whole rest of the group was like, yeah, yeah. And she's like, you know what? I don't even want to sit here. I want to sit outside. So she walks outside, and the group leaves with her outside.
Wow.
So it's a whole argument for a chair that she didn't even take. Like, what? I don't know if she felt threatened that she was no longer gonna be the leader of the group or something. I don't know what was going on, but there was some assertment of dominance in there, and she didn't even take the seat. Like, oh my goodness, like it was just a seat, man. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So yeah, we actually we have 6 minutes left. I think we started at 1:53.
On my end, we have 4 minutes left. So I mean, we might as well wrap things up here.
All right, all right. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Thank you for
So,
watching.
thank you for watching. I'm just another Asian. Uh, thank you for tuning in. I guess feel free to share it. Because like we're poor, the PP cast, all that stuff.
The poor, yeah, the
please share
poor
the content.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, please share it. It helps out a ton. So
Yeah. Thank you.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, worst show ever made.
Thank you guys.